Okay, before we start the hacking process, I would just like to recap why we learn about the e-letters. Okay, the only reason you learn about the 3 or 4 information just now is for you to bila masuk dictionary, apa dia? Akan jumpa the word and tak jumpa yang salah. Okay, sebab contohnya tadi kan, kalau pergi kat qaf, lepas tu qabaha kan, and then qala kat ujung. Okay, and if you want to find the word qala Allah, and then you are stuck here macam kan qaf alif lam kan, it should be here lah. So you go round and round and round without knowing that alif is a waw. This alif is actually a waw, and because you know that, you should go down until you find the word qala. Okay, so knowing the signs of ill letters has only one main purpose, is for you to find your way in the dictionary. Okay, alright, so that's a recap. Now we go to the hacking process. Okay, inilah masa yang ditunggu-tunggu. Okay, the last 4 weeks kita go through all benda ni kan, this chart besar-besar macam nak apa fa'ala ni, kenapa bukan lain. Okay, it's all about this hacking process. Okay, it's all about hacking the verses, and when we want to hack the verses, kita kena lalui a process via which, okay, kita akan senang translate the verse. Okay, because we can quantify everything. Alright, so I'm going to teach you a very simplified process. Before this, it's 7 step because of the fa'ala thing. Now I've minus the 2. Okay, we will go to fa'ala also next month. Okay, we will just KIB first. So we will go through a simplified 5-step hacking process. Okay, I will go through one by one, and then we will go straight to the verses. Okay. So the first one is we typify. I need an example, so I just write the first verse, which is Dhalikal Kitab, right? Dhalikal Kitab. Okay, this is a good example for us to use. Okay, when you want to hack a word, okay, when you want to translate the Quran, first you have to typify. By typify, I actually mean this. Okay, is it a rooted word, or is it an unrooted word? Okay, is it a rooted word or unrooted word? I'm going to be very slow here because you have to get everything I say. Okay, when a word is rooted, you have to go where? Dictionary. When a word is unrooted, where do you go? You go to your chart. Okay, when a word is unrooted, I call unrooted word seeds. Okay, I call the unrooted word seeds. Okay, so what are the type of seeds that you see in the chart? There are 2 types of seed, right? What are they? Particles and pronouns. And seeds happen at the beginning and also at the end. Alright? Also at the end. That's why you have to first typify whether it's a root or a seed. Okay? In order to do that, the NVP can also help you. Okay, the NVP can also help you because a word like masjid, okay, for you to think whether it's a root or seed, okay, you may want to know first whether it's NVP. What is this, NV or P? Noun, right? Because of the ma. Okay, you see, when something is a root, it's either noun or verb. Okay, so when you know this is a noun, so is it a root or a seed? Root. It's a root. So when it's a root, where do you go? Dictionary. Alright, you go to the dictionary. Okay, let's try dhalika. Dhalika. Now we look at the word dhalika. We want to determine whether dhalika is a seed or a root. Okay, so what do you do first? Whenever you find a word, you see the whole word, look at it, and then look at the seed columns. Can you find dhalika there? Yes. Okay, yang dah tahu makna will have to sabar sikit. Okay, yang belum tahu makna, okay, where do you find dhalika? What number is it? 7-2. Okay, 7-2. So, okay, what's the meaning of dhalika there? That. Alright. That. Right? So when you have found that a word is a seed, the process stops there and then. Finish. You go down when the word is a root. When a word is a seed, you stop there and then you write the meaning up there. Okay? Now, we try with another word. Al-Kitab. Okay? We are still on step 1. Al-Kitab. As a word, as a whole word, is it a seed or a root? It's a root, right? It's a root. Without even going to the chart, you can know it's a root. Why? Because it's a noun. Why is it a noun? Because of alif lam. Straight away you know it's a root. Bila you tahu je root, once you know it's a root, go to step 2. Go to step 2. Okay? Bila dah advance baru dah boleh skip. For now you go step by step. Step 2, what do you do step 2? Quantify. How many? 6 letters. That means how many affixes are there? 3 affixes are there. Done. That's step 2. Okay? Now, any questions? Good? Okay. Now we go to step 3. Step 3, after knowing that there are 3 affixes, we decide whether these affixes, is it a suffix, infix, or prefix. Okay? So what do you do here? You see the new table, the new chart, not the old one. The old one will give you the fa'ala and you will just be mad at me because of the fa'ala. Okay, so go to the new one. You have colored everything, right? You have colored everything. So try to find the 3 affixes for Al-Kitab. What is the most glaring? We have circled it actually. The most glaring affix is alif lam, which is what color is it? Yellow, okay, which is yellow in color. So we color yellow. So we are done with 2 affixes, alif and lam. That means we are left with 1 more. Where is it? Alif. Alif here is an infix. So the alif is an infix and the alif lam is a prefix. Okay. Now I want you to point to me where is the alif there. Where is the alif that you can see there? Infix. What number is it? 211. Why is it not 111? Aywa. Okay. Nampak tak? Ada beza kan? There's a difference between the 2 alif and the 1 alif. And there are meanings for that. If I'm not mistaken, I've written the meanings in the meaning table. Okay, done. So when you have unfixed, then you uproot. Okay. Basically, uproot means identify the roots which are already identifiable. What are they? Ka, ta, ba. Kataba. Okay. After identifying the root, what do? Search for dictionary. Although you may have search for it, search again. Okay, just to go through the process. Okay. I want you to go to the entry. So when you search, you go to the entry of kataba. After you reach there, you go down and find the word kitab itself. Okay. To write. Okay, so that's the meaning of kataba. What about kitab? Go down. Book or scripture or writing, written revelation and so on. Okay. So what do you do? Okay, what do you do? Ini kalau rajin lah. Kalau rajin, you would write everything. I wouldn't do it. I will just choose one which is suitable for me. Okay, to be idealistic, you may want to write everything. Writing and whatever not. Okay, so now you have hacked 2 words. Now you have gone through the process of hacking a root and a seed. Okay, this one may be too simple lah. Tapi when we go to more difficult ones, you see that you have to unfix and then you have to know whether this is an affix or is it a root and so on. Okay, so yeah, any questions on that? If not, we go straight and hack. That's the explanation of the process.
Alif is on the second star, and then alif is on the third star.
Yeah.
Alif is in the middle.
Yeah, alif. You have
Between the third root and the second root.
yeah. So this one is between the second and the third. The alif is here.
For the first one is for 111 is alif in between the first and the second.
Yes.
So
It's a different meaning.
just by one root.
Yes. When the alif is here, it means one who.
One root.
Yes. When the alif is here, usually it means verbal noun, which means there is an ing. Alright. That's why you have writing. So the writing or that writing and so on. Okay, that's the difference. Okay. You do not need to know about this alif means what alif, but if you know, it's a bonus. I'm trying to exclude that knowledge, that information for now, because I just want to go through the process first. Any other questions? Okay, if there's no other questions, we dive straight into the verses. Okay, so you open your hack book 1. You open the first page. Okay. 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 Now, I think there's no color in your book, right? After 2 or 3 months, your book will be the most colorful book in the world. Okay? So, what do you first do? You first highlight whatever that we have hacked just now. So the zalika, what color do you highlight it? Orange. Okay, so you highlight it orange. Okay. After highlighting it orange, you write the meaning. You write the meaning. Okay, you write the meaning on top. Okay, you write the meaning on top. That. Okay. After that, okay, just now we missed to do something. Here the al means the, right? So you need to write the. Okay, so you write al means the. Al is yellow, right? So al is highlighted in yellow, and then you write the meaning as the. Okay. And then what do you do next? Sorry? No, yes, there's an alif to highlight. Alif kecil. Oh, okay, sorry. You all have alif kecil, right? So highlight that alif kecil. Green. Green. Okay? Because Quran dia tak pakai alif tu. Can you see that? Ni dia. Okay. Alif kecil. Okay. And then what do you do? What do you do? You write the meanings. You write the meanings. Okay. At least write one meaning. If you want to just write one, it's writing. Okay. If you want to write many, it's scripture, book, writing, and whatever else in that is in the dictionary. Okay. Yes.
There's no color for the root. Yes.
No. There's no color for the root. Because everything else is colorful, the roots is underground.
Very deep.
So that's how we will identify the root lah.
Yes.
Color is
The affixes. What is colored is the affixes, suffix, infix, and prefix, and the seeds. The roots are not colored. Yeah, if you want to put it like that. Okay. Okay, can we move on? Alright. So what's the next word? La. What do we do with la? Step 1. Is it a seed or a root? Okay, this one is very straightforward. It can't be rooted, right? It's less than 3. So it's a seed. So you find where is it listed and find the meaning. 15? 15.5. So based on the alphabetical order in the particles, the meaning of la is no. Is it no? No, not don't. Okay, so you write on top of course you highlight it. What color? Orange or yellow? Yellow, right?
We're not colored yet.
Oh, tak buat homework tu hari Oh, sorry, salah kelas. Okay, particles is yellow. Sorry. Particles are all yellow. Okay? So la, you highlight it in yellow, and then what do you write up there? You write no, not, don't. Everything. You have to write everything. Okay. Okay. Is there any more steps? No. Why? Because it's a seed, right? Seed stops at step 1 after you found the meaning. Alright. Next word. What's the next word? Raiba. Alright. For those who may sense that it's a root, fine. But if you can't sense that it's a root, what do? You look at the seeds, whether there is raiba or not. Alright? After some time, you would definitely know that, okay, this is not a seed. Of course, this is not a seed. Okay? So you are familiar with the seeds. So what do? You look at the... Okay, before that, we go step by step. So you quantify how many? 3, right? So you don't have to count. It's all the root there. So you have ra, ya, ba. Do you have a liar there? A potential liar? Yeah. So that ya can be a wow or ya itself. Wow or ya itself. Okay? So you find raiba in the dictionary.
Dog. Calamity.
So, laju. Dah jadi.
I go over first.
Okay. 61. Okay. 61. So you go to page 61. What is the entry, Sheikh? Ra alif ba. Okay, ra alif ba. You see, even though the alif is actually a ya or a waw, the entry in the dictionary will always be alif, the liar. The entry is always the liar. Okay, so you want to find ra ya ba as a root. You look at ya. This ya can be ya or waw, but it appears in the dictionary as alif. You have to remember that. Okay, those are some kind of layered information there, So sometimes you would get stuck, and then you would need to know that. So the entry is raba, and then when you go down, you find raiba. What's the meaning again?
Doubt or calamity.
Doubt or
Calamity.
alamak, calamity. So kita taruh doubt lah. Calamity maknanya doubt. Like macam musibah gitu kan? Okay. Alright. Okay. So we are done with raib. Okay. The next one, any questions on that? The next one may be a tricky bit for those who are beginners, okay? What's the next word? Fihi. Okay. Haha. Fihi. Okay. Fihi. Is it a seed or a root? It's a seed. Why is it a seed? Because there is a fee. Semua takut nak cakap kan? Mungkin root ke apa? Okay, this one is a bit different from what our process just now that we explained. I said we go to the seed. If there's no seed, then it's rooted. Okay, but sometimes, only sometimes. Okay, not many. Sometimes the seed is a twin seed.
Joint seed.
Yes, a joined seed. Ni apa? Kembar siam So it's joined. So there are 2 seeds here. Fi and he. So what is the color he here? Blue. Okay, give me the number for the he. Is it 1 point? Is it number 1, right? Okay. Row number 1 at the end. Okay, what's the meaning? It. It atau he atau its, is it? Okay. Or his. Okay. You have 4. Okay. if I have not mentioned, I don't know which class I mentioned this. If I have not mentioned this, when you bounce into pronouns, if you are just too confused to translate it in English, you translate it in Malay, because Malay is just one, which is dia. Okay, it to dia, he to dia, it's to kepunyaan dia, his to pun dia juga. Okay, dia or ia and so on. Apa makna fi? What's the meaning of fi? In or at. In or at. Right. So once we get the meaning, are we done? Done, right? Because they are seeds. Right. Good job. Next, what's the next word? Hudan. Alright, hudan. Okay, by now you would have a rough sense. Hudan would be, how do you typify it? Is it a root or a seed? Root. Why? Noun. Why is it tanween? So it's a seed. So what do? You quantify, right? So it's 1, 2. Some of you are looking at dictionary already because they are forward already. It's okay. Tapi yang belum, you quantify 3. No. And then no suffixes, no affixes. So that's the root. And then you search. Is there a potential liar there? Right? This alif is a ya. So you find in the entry of ha, da, ya. Ha, da, ya. Okay. But even when you reach the entry of hadaya, it's not reflected as hadaya. It's reflected as hada. Remember I said it's always reflected as an alif. It's always reflected. Whether the alif is straight one or a crooked. To lead or? In the right way. Okay, to lead in the right way is the root meaning. Give me hudan itself. Hudan. Go down until you find hudan. Direction. Alright. Say again. That which indicates the right way. Wow. This dictionary is quite literal. Quite macam very exact gitu. La raiba fihi hudan. Alright. Once we are done with that, okay. Next word. What's the next word? Lil muttaqin. Alright. Can it be a seed? No, right. It's just too long to be a seed. So you just shortcut. It's not a seed. Cannot be a seed. So next step is quantify. Okay. Count for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Where's the 8? Yeah, the subdo there. Alright, the subdo is 8. So 8, how many affixes do you need to find? 5. Okay. So now find the suffix, infix and prefix. Suffix, infix and prefix. Yanun. Oh, laju dapat yanun. Okay. So yanun is what color? Blue. Okay. Untuk yang belum dapat, for those who hasn't seen it yet, what number is it? Yanun? Sorry? 315. Okay, 315, which means plural masculine. Okay, plural masculine. So we are done with 2. So 3 down, 3 more to go. What are the other three here? The lam. Okay. What color is the lam? Yellow. Give me the number and meaning.
The number is 3,
3.7. The meaning is 4. Okay. 4. The meaning is 4. So you have 1, 2, 3. So 2 to go. 2 to go. Alif lam. Okay, for those who are new, actually this lil muttaqin is actually li plus al muttaqin. Okay. So when it is combined, the alif disappears because the alif has no function there. So it becomes lil muttaqin. So it means this lam ni sebelumnya ada alif is an al there. Is an al. Okay. So al means the. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to go. Mu, mami mu, right? Mami mu. So mu. What's the meaning of mu? One who? Is it number 19, is it? Okay. So it can mean one who or it can mean yang di. It can mean one who, it can mean yang di. Later I will tell you how to differentiate that. For now, we just take it as one who. Okay? One who. Or maybe I should tell you now. When you have a mu'i, for sure it means one who. Mu'i, one who. If you have a mu'a, it means yang di, that which is. Okay, mu'i and mu'a. Alright, as we go along, we will repeat this and you will remember. So what are we left with? That's. Is there any more? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Betul. Okay, what are we left with? We are left with ta, qa. Qa. Okay, ta mati, ta baris atas dengan qaf. You know why this mati, this baris atas? Sabdu kan? Sabdu mesti satu mati, satu baris atas. Okay. Alright. Okay, this is one of the most difficult one to hack. Okay. In this time, so I will just tell you. This star is an infix. Tengok infix, ada tar tak kat situ? 611 tar. No meaning, right? No meaning because the meaning is quite complex, cannot be explained in yeah.
The root is 2.
Yeah, the root is 2.
This is special.
The root is 2. This one is the second level of ill letters punya, which I have not explained. So I didn't expect this to come out early, but because it comes out early, I will just give you a brief punya ini. When the roots are left with 2, root 1 and root 2, the third root will either be the same thing just now we talked about, a wow, or a ya. Okay, what's the first and second root? Ta, ko. Now find the meaning of ta ko ya or ta ko wa. Semua dah. So page 23, taqa. So it is reflected as what? Taqa dengan alif kan? Alif crooked kan? So like I said, it's always reflected as alif, even though asalnya waw or ya. So what's the meaning? Fear. Okay? Fear. So you write the meaning of taqa here, fear. Ooh, yeah. So every letter is accounted for. Kan, macam maths kan? So now it's slow, tapi after some time you will be doing it this fast. Okay, so what's the meaning? So once you get the meaning for each letter, so you have for the one who fear, plural masculine. So make that a word. What's the meaning of lil muttaqin? For the one, the ones who fear. So that's the most literal that you can get. For the ones who fear. Okay? Alright. Of course, if you want to go advanced later on, you may want to question taqwa can mean fear, can mean God consciousness. So what does it mean? That one is not our problem now. Our issue now is just to translate whatever it means. Okay? Done. That is considered as step 1. Okay, this is simplified 5-step hacking process. What we did just now is called, I call hacking. We just hacked the verse or the line. Okay, the second thing that we need to do is to brush up our hacking, to brush up the translation. Why I ask you to write the meanings on top? Because you will write your brushed up translation below. Okay, you will write your brushed up translation below. That means you will do like something like in the primary school, rearranging the sentence, some sort like that. You know, brush up the sentence so that it becomes a proper sentence. Okay. So now we have dhalika, that, the, writing, no, not, don't, doubt, in, at, it, direction for the ones who fear. Can someone give me a brushed up translation of it? Okay.
That's the actual translation from that is the book within which within it there is no doubt.
Within which is it?
Within which.
Okay, and then there is no doubt lagi. After that, a guidance for those who fear. Okay, so that is your brushed up translation. So that's how you do it. You can write anything down there. Okay, so that is called brushing up the translation. Number 3, what do you do after that? Okay, before that, I want you to do your own translation. Okay, now you do. Okay, the aim is to fail. The aim is to make mistakes. The aim is to make mistakes because you can't succeed unless you make mistake. Because the meaning of succeed is the opposite of mistakes. So you have to make mistakes first. You have to make mistakes first. Now I want you to translate this, brush up this translation and write below. If you want in pencil pun boleh, tak apa. Just write it. Write it. Okay. Salah pun tak apa. Makin salah makin bagus. Google says never fail to fail. Okay. Okay. The wronger your translation is, the faster you will learn. If there's such a thing as wronger. Okay. Okay. You have 30 more seconds. Okay. Uh, 10 more seconds. Imagine that you are the best translator in the world. So Professor Halifi with his translation. Okay? Alright. So what you just did is your first attempt on how to translate a line in the Quran. Okay? So cherish that moment. Okay. You have to take baby steps. Okay? Alright. Now, so what you just did is you brush up the translation. Okay? Next, I want you to take out the translation that I gave you by Halim, by Prof. Halim. It's a handout. Tak dapat? Oh, how can I forget? Yeah, this was supposed to be in the first or second week. Alright, I'll be the translator. So next week I'll give you. Okay, I'll give you the next week. I will give you a copy of the first 40 translation, English translation of the verses from Baqarah. This is the simplest translation you can get by Prof. Abdul Halim. So the last step is to check. Okay, the last step is to check. This is the three-step hack translation process. Okay, this three-step hack translation process. So, different translations will give you different translators will give you different translations. Okay, that's why it's called translation. And different tafsir, you read any tafsir book, any two tafsir book, they will give you different. That's why it's called tafsir. What's the meaning of tafsir? Tafsir means tawdih, penerangan, fassara. So a mufassir is someone who menerangkan, explains, interprets. So interpretation are always diverse. Okay, so I will give a translation which you may not find in other translations. When you read Halim, it will Prof. Halim will be different from Yusuf Ali, for example, and so on. Okay, so my translation would be that writing, you have the here, right? So that and the is quite the same thing because both are pronouns, both are sort of same things. So that writing, some translations would say that is the book, that is the writing. But usually when you have dhalika, when you have isim ishara, when you have that and then something else, it usually means that both are the same. It's like a phrase, you see. So that book or that writing in which there is so that writing in which there is no, so that you have there is here, there is no doubt in it. So it instead of this is a direction, for those who fear. Okay, anything resembling that is okay. Okay, of course you can argue, you can, there are many ways, but don't bother with that. That will be advanced phase. For now, you just need to know the literal.
That is a very interesting translation.
Sure.
Which has to do with the 3 dots. I don't know what it's called, but it's a tajweed rule.
The what?
The tajweed rule. After the roiva, there is a 3 dots.
Ah.
So the figure is right. So she did
Ah.
a translation which plays with these two.
Yes. Which is?
In it, a direction for those who care. So I broke it down into two, right?
Ah.
And my in it comes to the second part.
Feel with them.
Okay. So it becomes that book, no doubt in it. Oh, that book is no doubt. No. In it, there is a direction for those who fear. Can. In fact, when you learn this in universities, masa Islamic studies, you take any program, they will have these 2 popular translations which stop at the waqaf punya tempat tu kan, first or the second. Okay, my inclination is to stop between that book and then there's a comma, interjection, in which there is no doubt, interjection is a direction for those who fear, or for those who are mindful, for those who are conscious of God, and so on. Okay, best. So that's an example of that. This is what I'm trying to achieve in those four weeks, for you to at least have a grasp of the affixes, so that makin cepat untuk hack. I can go straight here, tapi nanti akan stuck kat mana-mana. But having done this, it doesn't mean that every line will be as smooth as this. Okay, you need a few months to do this, at least 5 months. Okay, and this is your second month. All right. Okay. Now I am giving you, because this is the 5th week. Now the real work begins. The real work begins. Okay, but I don't want you to stress to stress up yourself. Okay, if you go through the steps and you just can't find something like this, okay, don't bother to mana ni, you will just lepas tu just boring, terus macam quit gitu. So what you do is, I will give you a line each, and you try to hack as much as possible from the line. Okay, so you will do maybe 10 to 15 minutes, okay, but I don't think you can do it in that time. Okay, at most, if you're okay, you do sampai half an hour. More than that, don't do it. Okay, you just tak boleh buat. So you just come to the class and then we discuss together. Alright. So each of you I will give a line. Alright. Senyum ya. Okay. So you would need to number it. Okay, number it first. Alif Lam Mim is the first line. The next one is second line. So you write 1, 2. So beside. So Alif Lam Mim is the first, and then Alladhina is the second, and so on. So you write the line 1, 2, 3 until 10 lines. Okay. No, that is verse. We will go by line. We won't go by verse. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Before this, I went by verse, and it's not easy. Okay, you go by line. Alright. I don't expect you to do full. Okay, I don't expect you to do full. I just want you to just see your standard, how many percent you can do, and then week by week you see how much you can do. Alright, so Abdul will take the second line. Sis Mariam, third. Fourth, Hafiz. Fifth, Bakhaid. Sixth, Yati. Seventh, Ashik. Kak Begum, 8. 9, 10, 11. Lepas tu lah. Lepas tu. Okay. Alright. I just want to add again. You won't make it. Yeah. You won't make it fully. Okay? Sorry? Yeah, you do the checking. Hacking, brush up, and then checking. You check any translation? No. Okay? When I say you won't make it, I'm not trying to demotivate tau. I'm trying to apa tu? I'm trying to manage your expectation. Nanti you ingat boleh ni senang boleh. No, you won't be able. I'm giving you so that you can gauge yourself from now on. Okay? So what you can do is this, okay? You hack, lepas tu you brush up, and then kalau tak boleh, setengah jam tak boleh, terus check, terus copy. Terus tengok apa yang you tak dapat, and then get from the translators punya translation. Oh, it means this. Then you try to make connections between the translation, established translation, and yours. Alright? Okay? Any questions? At last, I feel satisfied. Since the first session. Jom Dr. Halifi, okay? Ketawa dia macam Jom bro. Mahal lah. Dia punya ni. Zul? Boleh revise sikit. Okay. Anything from you? Syekh Rahim? You look like Brother Nockman. Bakhaid? Good? Kak Begum? Boleh?
I think in the first 4 lessons we are able to understand what the translation is. Direction is there, the code is there, now we have to go and go to the seat and start finding all the words and meanings.
Okay, good. Okay, tak ada apa-apa Nazira? Kak Mariam? Okay. Alright. With that, we end this week's class, and next week is week 6. Week 6. We will still cover some theories, okay, week by week, bit by bit. Alright? Because there are I call them hacks. You have to know the hacks, how to know, because you will you will be bound to be stuck in some hackings. So see you next week.